St. John, one day I will come there. I will smear bone marrow on toast and I will consume it. And there'll be no virus and everything will be great. Again. You think I'm taking the mic? That's pretty good, Mr. Wayne. London, the land of vaccines, William Shakespeare, and mince pies. It's a little Christmas pie, Mr. Wayne, with raisins in. Hello and welcome back to Eating with Robert. Today we are in London. You know, pretty old place. London is now in Tier 4 lockdown, a new tier that we didn't know existed when I flew on the plane. But today we're going to focus on a very particular British phenomenon, a Christmas staple, the mince pie. The way that I understand mince pie came to this country is through the Crusades in the 13th century. So when the Crusaders came back, they brought, you know, lots of spices from the Middle East, and they had these pies full of fruit, meat, and spice. And that has now transformed to be just this little snack pie that's full of fruit. Today, in honor of Tier 4 lockdown, we are going to eat 4 mince pies. First, we're going to Flor, cool little bakery near Borough Market. Then we're going to walk up to St. John's. St. John's has a ton of locations. Then we're going to head back to Islington. We're going to go to the Exmouth Market and visit Quality Chop House and GAIL'S. So 4 mince pies, 4 small businesses, 4 tiers of lockdown. You know how they say let's go in British?
Shall we go?
No, they just say let's go, but without a mask on. Let's go. Got Flor and St. John to start. This might be a long episode. Dang. I mean, this is not the most gorgeous mince pie you've ever seen in your life. Why would you get a 6-pack from fucking Sainsbury's when you can get this? Look at this. Thicky. I should have got a glass of oat milk. Now looking for oat milk sponsors. You think I'll ever get sponsored? Lots of crust on the first bite. I'm pretty sure this is a suet pastry crust. Very flaky, very delicious. Dang. What a refined mince pie. You know, I don't really condone drinking tea in England because it's not good. But if you had a cup of tea with this, you'd be like killing it right now. On its own, this is just it's just gorgeous pastry. I think that's how I would define this. Like, when you get your normal mince pie, it's like a snack. Boom, you bite into it, you fucking hit with all these flavors. This is more like a real bakery making something that everybody knows about. Now let's check out St. John's, shall we? Another boy is looking real thicky. I don't want to gender the pastry. Patriarchy in food. My thesis. Rob Martinez, NYU 2030. Just kidding, I would never go to NYU. Okay, so. Whoa. Holy shit. This is totally different than the Flor one. The crust is way different. The crust is more caramelized. The extent of my pastry knowledge is Great British Bake Off. Also, it's the size of a fucking softball. First of all, the amount of filling in here is equal to at least 2 mince pies. Secondly, the crust is perfection. The inside is full of all that baking spice that you normally have in a mince pie and kind of the raisiny, orangey kind of profile. But then it's also kissed on the top by this demerara sugar, which is just gorgeous. It's hard to put into words how good this is, but it's a really good ratio of beautifully caramelized crust to delicious, sweet but not too sweet filling. 2 amazing examples of mince pie in the Borough Market area, London Bridge area. And let's head to Angel and Islington and see what they got going on over there. Vamonos.
Come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant.
so let's dive into GAIL'S first. All right, so we got GAIL'S here. You got the sugar melted on top here. And let's give this a try. This is by far the sweetest of all the pies that I've had. There's so much sugar on the top, and then the filling is really, really sweet too. Really brightly acidic. And you know what? It's the correct size. It's not this behemoth St. John, Flor, mince pie. This is the pie you leave out for Santa, 100%. If you leave Santa a St. John's pie, he's not gonna be able to get back out through the chimney, you know? This is Santa's preferred mince pie, and I should know, because I'm Santa's son. All right, we're moving on to Quality Chop House, our last mince pie of the evening. You know, the mince pie, something that people buy in 6-packs. No, artisanal. Craft. Dang. The Quality Chop House one is so different. They went out of their way to tell me this is not pastry. Again, I'm too stupid about baking to know what it is. Maybe it's a short crust. I think so. How smart do you have to be to create something where the almond cooks at the same rate as the pastry? That seems hard. This is outrageous. This is so complex. You have a ton of orange zest in here, so you have this bitterness and this chewiness, and also just a beautiful citrus. But the citrus is not an overbearing acidity. It's more of a warm citrus. So yeah, the inside isn't soft like a lot of mince pies. It's got a little bit more chew to it. It's got kind of a more like reduced fruit leathery type thing going on. But this is perfectly balanced. It's not too sweet, it's not too acidic. It's just right in that beautiful wheelhouse. Balance, nuttiness. If you have only had mince pies from a box that you've heated up in a toaster oven, please come have this mince pie, because it will change how you think about this. I don't think mince pies are really considered a craft tradition, you know, in Britain. It's something you get at the store and leave out for Santa. But this will change your mind, for sure. So let's recap. We came out to London. We wanted to try different mince pies to prove that mince pies can be quality, they can be nice, they can be beautiful. You can treat Santa or yourself this year with a mince pie. We went to Flor, which had a beautiful mince pie, really nice suet crust, not too sweet, just gorgeous artisanal product. Then we went over to St. John's, one of their many locations, and we had, I mean, just mince pie taken to the highest degree. It just really brought home the idea that someone who's really great at baking and really great at cooking can take a simple food and bring it to a level that you really didn't understand that it could go to. Then we went over to GAIL'S. We had a totally different version of the mince pie, a little bit flatter, crispier, sweet, acidic, exactly what you would expect a mince pie to be. Just really a perfect version of the form. And then finally, went over to Quality Chop House, chopped it up a bit with the guys in there. Wish I could have bought a beef Wellington, but it was 120 pounds. 120 pounds for a beef welly? You could buy a real pair of wellies with that. British humor. Had their version of the mince pie, which has almond on top, kind of like an almond cookie type situation. Just beautifully creamy with the butter, perfectly balanced with the sugar, chewy on the inside, which was just like, it's a game changer. And that's it. 4 versions of mince pie that are a lot better than what you're gonna get at Pret, even though the Pret one is pretty good. So ta-ra for now. Enjoy yourself some mulled wine. Enjoy a nice mince pie. Have a very happy holidays, everybody. And this has been Eating with Robert. My name is Rob. And toodaloo. It's a suet crust, Mr. Wine.